Hey, look, there's a feral boy back out on the trail. It's my first weekend back with serious hiking. I had my shin, the stress fracture earlier this spring, and of course the letting my shoulder here heal last fall and through the winter. But now I'm back out again, yet again, and it was one of those things, unfortunately, lately since my ankle or shin or whatever, where I missed out on being able to go with Trash Panda on a section hike of the AT. She's probably almost a week and a half in now, and I heard from her a couple days ago. She's doing great. She was on pace to hit 100 miles about 7 days in, so she's motoring along. And as much as I really wish I could be there doing that right along with her, it just didn't work out this time. And I'm really glad that she got to go. I know for her it was up in the air there for a little while, but carpe diem, bitches. And she certainly carpe'd that deal. So to you, Trash Panda, keep trucking. I'm sure you're doing amazing. And the rest of y'all, I'm starting up again. Now I'm going to have just about a full year. Oh, look at that. I don't know who that's to, but that's nice. I'm going to have almost a full year of training now, instead of the 4 months I had in 2025. And hopefully I can sort of condition my body to be okay with all the exertion. Because last time, I think, even though I was training for several months, this is Indiana. Indiana's not. Hey, look, another one. It's like a scavenger hunt, heart scavenger hunt. Does that say mom? It does. Oh, someone has a mom that they actually love. Nowadays, it seems like so many kids hate anybody. But anyways, so yeah, hopefully I can kind of slowly coax my body into not succumbing to the autonomic nervous system dysfunction that I have, because last year that's most likely what triggered my kidneys going haywire and my legs going haywire and basically ruined my through hike at 300 miles. So we're going to try and do that next year with a much better baseline, and hopefully everything reacts better. But we shall see. And once I get out there, and I'm actually debating, I'm really debating right now, especially since I have so much training ahead. Do I want to start all over? Because I know that a official through hike is doing the whole thing end to end in one calendar year. That means January through December of the same year. Now, some people think as long as you've done the whole thing, regardless of how many sections it takes you or how many years, they consider that a through hike. Now, purists disagree, and nobody's perspective is inherently more valuable or accurate than the other. But for me, I really struggle. I struggle thinking about calling myself a through hiker if I don't do it all in one outing. So I'm strongly considering that. Now, I don't know how I'll get down to Georgia again next year. Last year I flew and then took an expensive hiker shuttle from Atlanta up to Amicalola Falls. It was a lot of money, and last time my folks helped with the plane ticket. They didn't have to, but I was so appreciative because that's just one less thing that we have to deal with, and that was great. But then I fucked it up by having my body fail, so I'm not gonna go through that again. There might be somebody who's, I don't know, driving that way. I don't know. My wife said something about Reddit. You can always try and find somebody who's driving that way on Reddit. I don't know. I don't really do Reddit. Maybe I'm too old. But there might be an option there. Or, I don't know, maybe a bus to whatever city or town is closest to Amicalola. I don't know. But I've got like 11 plus months to think about it anyways. So that's where we are with that. I really struggled to think about what to talk about today. I didn't do a video yesterday, partway because I didn't know what to say. It's been a rough couple weeks. We've had a lot of stuff going on. We had to get the windshield replaced on our barely 1-year-old car. There was a huge windstorm a few weeks ago, and it cracked the windshield about a quarter of the way, and that crack kept spreading, so we had to get that replaced out of the blue. My wife's had some surgeries that insurance doesn't cover, a great deal about, because this is America, and it's all about money, not about health. But, so that was a pain, and even the money, I don't even care about the money. I get really stressed out when she's in any sort of pain. Like, it was, one of those things where she kept saying, oh, it's not that big of a deal, it's mild, but I've had surgeries my whole life. I would rather take more of them than ever see her deal with one. So even something like that was just hard for me. I think it was harder for me emotionally. She's just so chill. I don't know how you can even upset her sometimes because she's so relaxed. But I mean, you have to be that way to deal with a psycho like me. So that was another thing. And then of course, the kidney stone that I have stuck between, it's in the tube between my left kidney and my bladder. That hasn't moved at all. And on the good side, I haven't had any pain, haven't had any blood. But that just means it's not moving at all. And that's actually bad news, because in about a week or two, I have to go get another x-ray to see if there's been any progress, which I can't imagine there is. And if there isn't anything, then that means they have to stick a long, bendy tube in through my out pipe, if you know what I mean. And I don't want to deal with that. I don't like being touched in general. I don't like it when a stranger bumps into me. Now imagine being basically naked on a table while strangers are essentially molesting you with hardware. So no thank you. But if you leave it, it will eventually block the ureter and then cause sepsis, and then you die a slow, horrible, painful death. So the choices suck. But so I've kind of been really out of sorts with that. This being April, now on Facebook, every day I get memory reminders that are just stacks of photos that I uploaded to my account each day that I was hiking last year. So if I go to Facebook at all any day, I'm reminded of both the amazing time that I had and the awful, unwilling ending that I had to face at the beginning of May last year. So I've just been out of sorts. And my therapist is like, you should journal. Just get out and write, not like stories or anything like that, because I write for work anyways. But just write out and just kind of emotion dump. And it's like, I don't think I will ever be able to do that, because there aren't English words for the emotions I feel sometimes. And the last couple weeks have been full of all those unspeakable words. So I really haven't done that. Of all the assignments she's ever given me, that's the one I am continuing to fail to do right now. But she did say I could do like a video journal. So in some ways, this is, I guess, fulfilling that. But it's probably not as intimate a emotion dump as she means, but it's better than nothing, I think. Maybe I'm justifying, who knows. But hopefully the wind's not drowning out my voice too much. But today I was getting close to the end, had like one lap to go. I'm finishing up that lap, and I passed somebody who stopped. And if you're watching this, Raven, it was great to meet you, great to chat. This woman, Raven, saw me and said, "Hey, are you training for something?" And I said, "Yeah," and explained what was going on. And we talked for, I don't know, 20 minutes maybe. Really nice woman. Definitely the kind of person who you meet on these kind of trails a lot. Someone who's unable to exist in the world without feeling all of it, without seeing all of it, and carrying all of it in her heart and mind all the time. And, you know, people like that frequent these trails. I mean, this trail here, but also, you know, trails all across the world. I think some people just kind of aren't, we just aren't really built for modern life. It's too much. And there's too few people enmeshed in that modern life who see just how much it is. But those of us who kind of get overwhelmed by it, I think we come out here and we feel a hell of a lot better. So it's kind of our medicine. So I guess it's kind of like bumping into somebody at the pharmacy. Come here to find something that heals you, just like you go to CVS to get your I don't know, your heart medication. But so that was really cool. And if she actually has the patience to watch any of my videos, then hey, welcome to the party, Raven. And if not, if anybody else is watching this, thanks. If it's just me talking to myself, then thanks to me too. I like how that contrasts against the darker background. That looks neat. But I think that's probably where I'm going to leave things and just say, you know, whatever you do, if you're not someone who hikes or gets out even into the woods just casually, that's fine. You still have ways to experience the world outside of the hustle and bustle. And on a side note, you too can express your emotions. I think it's something really good and helpful for people. I really struggle with it because I'm not good at regulating my emotions. So when I have something to express, it usually comes out too loud, too harsh, just too intense. So I try to keep it down, but then it stifles me. So in some ways, this is kind of helping get that pressure out. And I think everybody needs that. So whether it's drawing a picture or writing a story or a poem or telling someone a story, you know, getting on here and just rambling like a weirdo in the woods like I do, any of it. Hell, draw something in the mud, like those hearts we saw earlier. Just express something. Don't keep it inside, good or bad. Get it all out. Not only will you have less to carry, but you'll also put stuff out there that other people who are carrying the same thing might go, huh, that picked up some of mine and took it away too. Or maybe if they're carrying something good and they, you know, would feel even better knowing that other people get to share that same thing. It's also worth expressing. So get out to the woods or get out anywhere and just put yourself out there. Let everybody know you. Who knows how far that's going to ripple. Right? I'm going home, going to shower, and then make some mozzarella ravioli with spicy Italian sausage and probably some garlic cheese bread. So talk to you later.